Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to give you a peek behind the curtain, you could say. I want to show you how big players actually trade without moving the market. And to show you that, I'm going to use the Bybit platform here. There's an order type I want to share with you just to explain how larger players are actually playing the market. But it's something that can be useful for retail traders as well. So it's something to really look into, an order type, or it's actually not an order type, it's a method of placing orders. It's called TWAP. We're going to talk about that right now. So obviously most retail traders just hit the buy or sell button, right? I'm here on the in the spot trading dashboard, and obviously you could just you could just place an order, spot buy, market, easy, okay? Institutions, however, hedge funds and whales, they don't. They just don't do that. They use tools like TWAP, not only TWAP, but also TWAP. It's called the time-weighted average price strategy. Now, here on Bybit, you can find it under TPSL, and you just select TWAP. Okay, it's just a way of placing orders. Now, okay, you might be thinking, why should I care? I don't trade millions. But again, even if you are trading $1,000, yeah, TWAP can help you get a smoother entry potentially, avoid chasing the market, and also reduce stress. But also, it helps you understand how whales, for example, are placing orders without moving the market, because they often don't move the market, in contrast to what many people think. A lot of misinformation there on social media. So today I'll not only explain what TWAP is and why big traders use it, but also show you step by step how to set it actually up on Bybit and how it can benefit you as a trader. Potentially, right? So it stands for time-weighted average price. And instead of buying or selling huge amounts of crypto, for example, in one go, TWAP breaks that big order into many smaller ones and places them automatically over time. Now, let's say a whale wants to buy 96 BTC. Okay, if they just place one giant market order, everyone would see it in the order book, and the price would shoot up, and they'd pay way more, especially if they just place it with a, they just place it with a market order. So they would pay way more. With TWAP, they split that 96 BTC into tiny chunks, maybe one every 30 seconds, and let the system execute them quietly. And from the outside, it just looks like normal trading activity, but really it's just one massive strategy running in the background. And this might matter to you as well, because even if you never use TWAP yourself, understanding that it exists explains why markets sometimes climb steadily without huge spikes. That's often whales using TWAP. And if you do use it, even with a smaller amount, you can get, for example, an average entry price instead of stressing about perfect timing. You can scale into a position without going all in at once, or you can automate the process so you're not glued to the screen all day. And that's why it's powerful both as insider knowledge, you could say, and as a tool you can actually use. Now, let's go through the key settings. I already showed you how you can find TWAP here on Bybit. Now, the first thing is you can enter the quantity. So the total size you want to trade. So it could just be, let's say if we're a whale, it might be those 96 BTCs. Well, I don't have, unfortunately, enough balance on the, on the exchange for that. But hey, we can just select anything. We can just select 30% of what I actually have here on the chart on the exchange right now. So it could just the quantity, whatever you want to place, your trading size basically, right? So you select that. Then that's interesting. It's the actual running time. This is how long the strategy runs. It could be anything from 5 minutes to 24 hours. The longer you set it, the more subtle your buying and selling will be. So just select 10 hours here, right? 10 hours. Then you have the frequency here. Now, that means basically how often each small order is placed. Default is 30 seconds, but you can choose from 5 seconds to 2 minutes. right? So that actually changes the quantity per suborder, right? So let's just select 120. 30 is kind of random, not random, but preferred. It's just a standard setting here. Yeah. And then you can select also random order. Yeah. This is, if you enable that here, it also gives you the description here. But basically, if you enable it, each small order is just slightly different, plus or minus 20%. That makes the strategy less predictable and makes it more difficult to track. Yeah, because if you have a large order and people could just watch for these always same order chunks. But with random order, it's very random, right? It's pretty cool actually. And then you've got the order type. So you can select here market order, which means it fills instantly at the current price, or you can also select limit order, which basically places it slightly away from the best bid or ask, so you might save on fees or get a better price. It's just select market. Trigger price means that TWAP only starts if the market reaches this price, and the stop price obviously stops if the market hits this level. So I could just say it's now around 113K. I mean, I'm just going to hit 110K. I don't actually want to place it, I just want to show you the mechanism here. And so you control the total. You control the total, the timing, the style, and even the start and stop conditions. So basically, this already shows you how to set it up. And all I need to do now is basically just buy. And you see everything here, buy BTC. And then you actually see it. Yeah, TWAP, there it is. Was looking for that. You see it under TWAP. It's untriggered, obviously. You see everything here. And you see all the, you see the details if anything got filled. You see it's a market order, buy order, trigger price. And yeah, it's untriggered frequency, and I'm going to terminate it now because I actually don't want to place it, right? That's quite straightforward. But yeah, so why would you use TWAP then? So if you're a whale, it hides your size and reduces slippage. Now, I would argue most of us are not whales. So if you're a retail trader, it helps you scale in gradually, get a fair average entry, and automate your execution to a degree. And if you never use it at all, just knowing it exists makes you a smarter trader because you will understand why markets sometimes move the way they do. And yeah, basically that's all there is about TWAP on Bybit. It's, in my view, a very simple and powerful strategy. It's used by institutions to stay hidden, and it's now also available to you. If you'd like to try it out, MCO has partnered with Bybit. You can use the link in the description and you'll get 10% off your trading fees for the first 30 days. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.